mentioned earlier that half-hour drive to get cell service today and West Virginia. So is that something that, is this a recent thing for you to be, I don't want to say that far out, but I mean, I think anymore you have to work pretty hard to get half an hour away from cell service. So is that something that you've been doing for a while? Is that a change since your experience on a loan? Is that, you kind of talk us through that?
Yeah, so we've been up here for about a year and a half, and it just kind of worked out, timing wise and everything else, with jobs and everything else. So we were, me and my wife were kind of going back and forth on some different options or whatever, and my parents have had this land up here for 20 plus years and just never done anything on it. And so, we kind of kept going back and forth, and I kind of looked at her one night. We were living in Huntsville, Alabama at the time. And I kind of looked at her one night and I was like, why are we scared? And she was like, I don't know. And I think we both had a realization that wasn't who we wanted to be, of, just being scared of the unknown. And so we made the decision right then. And I think like a month later, we packed up all our stuff, which wasn't a whole lot. Started getting rid of a bunch of stuff and moved up here. The first month and a half, so we moved up March 1st of last year, right? Of right before or right as COVID hit. But for the first month and a half, we lived in a tent. And that was interesting with a 3-year-old, but and a dog. But it was great. We debated on building our own cabin or this or that, the other thing. What we actually wound up doing was getting one of those like sheds that people use for like a workspace or whatever, like build your own shed. You see them on the side of the interstate all the time. Right. So we got a 12 by 20, one of those, and we were able to kind of build it how we wanted to build it. The reason it took like a month, because of the weather to actually get up to our mountain. But, so we bought that thing, they brought it and delivered it. And then, I took rough cut lumber, completed the inside of it, did the walls, the bathroom cabinets, all that, the beds. And that's what we've been living in since. And we love it. It's kind of like, I guess the terminology now is like a tiny house, like we're being eco-friendly.
Look at you all trendy, man.
Yeah, I know. It's trying to be all friendly to the environment. Truth is, like, I'm just not going to spend a bunch of money on a place just so I can sleep there. But no, we're completely off grid. I don't know. I don't know what like definitions are weird.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
we don't have a power and water hookup, right? So I say completely off grid, and people are like, well, how are you on a cell phone then? Like, okay, I'm not hiding from the satellites, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't have any bills,
Yep.
other than my cell phone and my car. But, we've kind of chosen to live our life the way we want to live it. And I think that's an important thing for people. I don't care who it is. Like, I would hope that anybody listening to this, like, if you get anything out of it, like, live how you want to live, not because your neighbor expects this or that or the other thing or whatever. Like, one of the reasons that we stayed in a tent was specifically for that reason, so we could figure out what we wanted, not what we had to have because that's normal, but what amenities or whatever that we wanted, so like this year we bought an air conditioner. We run off a generator when we turn the air conditioner on, stuff like that, like, because it was really hot last summer, so it's those points of things. But like, I'm not gonna air condition my house just because that's normal. That's what we're supposed to do. I air condition my house because it's hot in the summer. You know what I mean? And I think you wind up cutting out a lot of stuff. TV is not that important for us. We watch like maybe a movie a week or whatever. So, things like that, we don't really miss it. We'll stay at a hotel or something, and we're like, we'll turn the TV on, and 5 minutes later, I'm like, yep, I'm done. Like I forgot how annoying this thing is, but no, I think it's been a weird trip. Since the show to kind of get to this point, because I was absolutely miserable when I was living in the city. And that's a whole long story about, why, but I think in particular, once you've been in nature for an extended period of time, and I don't know, I can't put a number of days on that, because I think it's different for everybody, but it's really hard to go back to normal life. And normal life is a lot noisier than in a bad way, than a lot of people realize, because they're so used to it, right?
Yep.